Welcome to DC Shmooze with OU Advocacy. We're getting to know some of our nation's elected leaders and learning about their policy goals. Join us as we dive in.
Hello, I'm Nathan Diamond, Executive Director of the Orthodox Student Advocacy Center, and we're here for a new episode of DC Shmooze with newly elected Congressman Esposito from Long Island.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Congratulations on your election.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Why don't you tell folks around the country about your district and where you're from?
Sure. So I represent the 4th Congressional District, which is the southwest corner of Long Island in Nassau County. It encompasses basically from the city line, so I represent all the 5 towns in the southwest corner. I run through the Barrier Island, so Atlantic Beach, Long Beach, Lido, Point Lookout, and then I head all the way to the east to Seaford and to the north, Old Country Road. So it's pretty compact. I joke with members from different areas when they say that it takes them 14 or 15 hours to go from one end of their district to the other. Some of them are in 2 time zones. I say on a good day with my foot heavy on the gas, I can make it in 30 minutes from one end of the district to the other. Although I've been on Peninsula. Yeah, that's true.
It really slow you down.
So the district is a very diverse one. You have, like I mentioned, the 5 towns, which is a very strong Orthodox Jewish population, and now it's spreading into the West Hempstead and other areas. Obviously, I have the seat of the Rockville Center Diocese in my district, as well as minority communities in Hempstead, Uniondale, Roosevelt, Lakeview, areas like that. You have some very wealthy areas. I think actually some of the most valuable land in the country is part of this district. But we also have a lot of middle class, hardworking individuals. So it's a diverse district representing a lot of different people. But it's an honor to have been elected. It's a seat that was in Democrat hands for 25 years. It is a seat that Joe Biden won by 16.5 points. We were able to win it by 4. We'll win it by even more in 2024. It's an honor of a lifetime to be here and to serve and represent the 4th Congressional District.
That's great. And what prompted you or motivated you to run for Congress? So you served in local government?
Yeah. So I my road to government and politics, and my road to the Hill is a little bit different than most, I would say. I was born and raised in Isle Park, which is a small village sort of tucked between Long Beach and Oceanside.
Where former Senator Alvin Otto.
Yes, so just 3 houses down, former Senator D'Amato grew up. So I grew up in this world, so to speak. We're also both graduates of Shawmut High School, so we have that in common as well. But I attended Shawmut High School. I went to Hofstra University, graduated from there. Toyed with the idea of going to law school and just thought to myself, I don't know if I could sit behind a desk for another 3 years. So I took the NYPD police test. I was called pretty quickly and had a great career in the NYPD. I retired there as a detective. I'm also a longtime member, now 22-year member of the Isle Park Fire Department. I served there as chief from 2009 to 2016. I was the incident commander for both Hurricane Irene and Hurricane Sandy. So I grew up in the public safety and also the public service world. And in 2016, I was given the opportunity to serve on the Hempstead Town Board, which, as you may know, but many that are listening probably don't, the town of Hempstead is actually the largest town in the nation. We're in the 7 states by population. Our budget's about $500 million a year. So it was a big operation. So I ran in a special election in 2016. I was the only local elected official on the ballot, won with about 58% of the vote. Ran again in 2017 for my own 4-year term. I was able to pull out a 59% win. And then in 2021, I was reelected to the town board for my second full 4-year term, winning a district that, again, obviously Nassau County is majority Democrat to Republican. I won my district with 70% of the vote. So about March or April of about 22, Kathleen Rice had announced that she was not seeking re-election. But it was something that, I thought about. And really the issues that we were plagued with, across this nation were issues that I've dealt with on an everyday basis. Any poll you took, anybody that you spoke to in the district, they focused on 2 things. It was crime and it was pocketbook issues. And in the town of Hempstead, I worked in a bipartisan fashion to deliver tax cut budgets or held the line on taxes for multiple years. During my tenure on the town board, we've saw rave reviews from Wall Street, having probably one of the highest credit ratings that the town of Hempstead has seen. So the finance stuff, I'm a fiscal conservative, do more with less, run government like a business. So I thought to myself, we've had success there. That's one box checked. And then crime. People were concerned about what was going on at the hands of of Democrats in New York State. We've seen criminal justice reform implemented, and wherever you lie on the political spectrum, it is pretty clear that has crime has become an issue throughout New York State, and we see it in other blue states that crime is an issue. So who better to carry that crime banner than a retired New York City detective? So we got to work. We ran a great campaign. We stayed on message. I consider myself, one of those individuals who's up in the morning and out till the darkness of night. I want to make sure that I am a representative of every corner of this district, and that's something that I've always done. Whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican and independent, if it matters to you, it matters to me. I'm one of those guys that tomorrow, or Thursday, I should say, I will be back in the district, doing events from Thursday to Sunday, because that's the stuff that matters. When somebody invests their life savings to open up a small business in a community in the 4th Congressional District, they want their elected leaders there, and why shouldn't we be? We should want to root on people that have invested their life savings to make the lifeblood of our community's local business thrive. So it's something that I believe in. I think being out in the community is really important, and it gives you the better opportunity of hearing what people think and what they want. As a young cop, I remember being told by a veteran, in the hottest days of summer or the coldest nights of winter, you always ride the communities that you patrol with your windows down so you can hear the streets and smell the streets. And it's one of the things that I brought to government politics.
Well, thank you for that. So certainly, and now you're serving on the Homeland Security Committee.
Yes.
Between that and your law enforcement background, obviously one of the primary issues, unfortunately, for the Jewish community right now is the rise in anti-Semitism. What are your thoughts, and what kind of initiatives perhaps have you been a part of since coming to Congress, in particular, to help our part of the district, our part of the community, in the fight against anti-Semitism?
Yeah, so my role as began in the town of Hempstead, we were the first town, I think, probably in the nation, that actually wrote and implemented anti-BDS legislation. So it's something that's been very important to me from my early days of governing. Here in Congress, I've always said that even during the campaign, we have throughout this country set up task forces to deal with rise in violence. We set one up, obviously, after 9/11 to focus on terrorism. We've set up task forces to make sure that we can handle gun violence. With the widespread of anti-Semitic and hate attacks across this nation, that's something that we should implement, and we should work on a federal level, which I've spoke with the colleagues since day one that I've gotten here, to make real change to our judicial system and find ways that we can make sure that anti-Semitic attacks, any sort of hatred, is handled on a federal level. Because as someone who has put handcuffs on a lot of people, when they know that there's a chance that they're being prosecuted by the U.S. Attorney's Office, there's a very different way that these people handle themselves. And I think that's a way to really get people to think twice about committing these acts of hate. That's one thing. Secondly, which I'm very proud of, is as a freshman, there are a few members that have been given gavels or made chairmen of committees. I was given the gavel and made the chairman of the Subcommittee of Homeland Security that handles emergency management and technology. And obviously one of the umbrella, or under the umbrella of that committee, is FEMA, and is all the grant funding for places of worship, for yeshivas and schools, and really any FEMA grant funding. So from day one, we got out in front of it. We've held a couple now virtual, and we've done a few in-person where we get everyone together, whether it's religious leaders, whether it is local government leaders, schools, so that they understand the opportunities that they have. And obviously, we're going to use our influence as the chair of the committee to make sure we bring as much funding back to the religious communities of this district to keep them safe.
That's great. We really appreciate that. Have you just traveled Israel yet?
I haven't. I've actually headed there on at the end of next week to celebrate the end of April. I thought to celebrate the 75th and anniversary. I'm going with some leadership and some others. We're going to take the trek. We're starting in Jordan and heading to Israel.
Well, wonderful. Yeah. You need some restaurant, right?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Most important.
What has surprised you most about Congress in your time here? So
I think what is probably most surprising is first how little time you spend actually on the floor. That has been surprising. And secondly, there is very little. There's very little. I don't want to use the word organization, but committees don't communicate with one another very much. So, like today, for example, we had 2 full committee hearings at the exact same time. So it's really a juggling act. You have to have a great staff, which thankfully I do, to really manage your way around the hill and make sure that you are. Today I was at a Homeland Security full committee meeting with Secretary Mayorkas, so that was very important to me to be there. And I tried to spend the entire time of the hearing there. But I also had a run over transportation infrastructure and talk about an issue that is important to Long Island and one of the facilities that we hosted in the district. So that has been surprising that it's not more organized where committees separate themselves so those members don't have to run from place to place. But nonetheless, we have, like I said, I have a great staff and we get it done.
Now, one of your new colleagues, Dan Goldman's, started the Bagel Caucus.
Yes.
I don't know if you joined that or not. Are you thinking about bringing some Long Island colleagues?
What we definitely need here is a pizza caucus because you cannot find a good slice of pizza anywhere in Washington, D.C. But I have a good a little bet going with a member from North Carolina over the Islander series. He's offered some barbecue cuisine from North Carolina if anybody wants to eat that. But if the Canes win, I have to deliver him some King Umberto pizza from Elvan's.
That's a swear.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
Well, thank you so much for spending a little time with us here. And I'm Nathan Dott. This has been the WTC Shmooze with Congressman Desposito. See you next time.